Have you been sacked?
You've not been on the
I've not been sacked.
Many people have wondered why I've not been on Loose End since Easter. Some say that it's because I simply refuse to appear on the same programme as the loudmouth, self-opinionated, below-dress, Gucci, self-congratulatory, lower-middle-class, stinking verminous pond filth who infest this network and for some rather sad reason are happy to humiliate themselves in public for £90 an appearance in the taxi home. I have my pride, and recently took honest employ at my local mega store. I remember it distinctly. It all started at Easter. Easter. Oh, God. Why the hell do broadcasters always put buckets on their heads when they talk of the past? Take the bucket off!
Our furniture department will open in 1 minute, thank you.
It's Easter sale time in York, my whippet. Mrs. Trippley and I have taken temporary employment in our local department store. You may have wondered why there are so many half-price shop-soiled goods on offer. Answer, we're employed by the store to soil the goods in situ. I instruct the whippet.
Come, do your business on that Draylon suite. Hold on, I'll just be sick in this radiogram.
While the whippet micturates over a three-piece suite, a heavily pregnant Mrs. Trippley gives a generous mammarial squirt. Right over a K-pop duvet. It's a living. Times have been hard since the old Bill raided my luxury York penthouse flat after we advertised our services in Yellow Pages as a 24-hour perjury service. Our motto, he was with me down the bingo all night, officer.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous.
Esther Rantzen. It's Easter Sunday and I've tuned into Urbi et Orbi.
I say, Urbi.
What do you say, Orbi? Fortunately, this year, what's been a dull show for years has been totally revamped by Esther Rantzen as a comedy double-act show. The Pope dons a wig on a string and plays Urbi, while the rotund Cuddle-Machenkus plays the fat, funny one, Orbi.
How does he smell, Orbi?
Terrible Orbi! Terrible!
Nice one, Orbi. I cannot see the join.
Once a year in Italy, they celebrate Easter Sunday. Once a year in Italy, they celebrate Easter Sunday. Every week in Britain, we endure Esther Sunday, where Miss Rantzen and the That's Life team pontificate and issue media edicts on the nation's morals. This week, while Esther is being beatified in Rome, I'm called in to front the That's Life programme.
Okay, Mrs. Trippley, we want some liver. What else? No, we won't have liver. We had liver yesterday. We'll have kidneys. Kidneys, we want a lot of vegetables.
This is not a shopping list, but a production meeting for That's Life at Slime Grove Studios. The awful eye list refers to this week's star organ transplant victims. And the vegetables?
We want some liver and some good thick vegetables. Nice thick ones.
The vegetables refer to members of the studio audience. Let me explain in visceral terms. On That's Life, there is one very simple rule. References to organs below the waist, such as bums, crotch and winkle, are highly risible, whereas organs all points at the north of the waist, such as liver, kidney and heart, are talked of in tones of hushed deference.
Right, 1, 2. Oh dear, thank you very much indeed.
30 minutes to transmission. The confused audience, fresh from the Twilight homes from across the nation and looking like something out of the Todd Browning film Freaks, are being instructed by the warm-up man.
Stand, right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, right in front of you are dribble bags. Your dribble bags there. If you feel a fit coming on, there's a wooden splint to bung in your gobbles. Right, let's try you out. Ready? Bum bum. Very good indeed. Right, now let's try this word. Liver. No, that's not right. Try again. Liver. That's better.
I walk on set, radiant in my perfect disguise. I've borrowed Janet Street Porter's upper set and my pet horse's lower plate, wearing a split-up-the-side provocative miniskirt. I perch atop a stool surrounded by my 4 sycophantic toy boy chickens. The audience can perceive no difference.
Thank you very much. Thank you. This week I went out on the streets. I went out to corner a few working-class gits with badly fitting false teeth and humiliate them by making them eat broken glass and doggy-do pie. Excuse me, sir. Hello. Would you eat this pie? Hello, Esther, darling. Would you want me to take the teeth out, Esther? No, not yet. Just eat the pie and tell me what it is.
All right, is it mince pie, Esther?
No, it's broken glass and doggy-do pie. Strike a light. How amusing. The teeth have fallen on the floor. Look at my gums. I'm hemorrhaging, Esther. That's life, though, isn't it, eh? That's life.
Back in the studio as Esther, I do one of those pretend conversations with the toy boys, which me as Esther writes, so that they get all the crappy punchlines and I'm left smelling of roses.
Doc, you discovered something in the newspaper this week.
Yes, Esther, it says for sale, bottoms, bums and winkles.
But what should it have read, Doc?
Well, Esther, it should have read for sale a boat.
But how do you know that, Doc?
Well, Esther, I placed the ad there myself because we're short of material this week, but it was my idea, Esther. I accept full responsibility.
Why do you say that, Doc?
Oh, because if I don't, you'll sack me, Esther.
So true.
Yes.
So true.
Yes.
There is only one thing that Esther likes better than a good laugh, and that is doing good for the human race. I am instructed to make a crashing change of gear from bums and willies and start dishing out bathos by the truckload.
Boo-hoo! Illness, horror, transplant, bone marrow disease, rape,
This part of the programme, getting larger every week, concerns itself with Esther's alleviation of tragedy.
disease, transplant, horror, illness, boo.
With pictures of sad parents and children being pressed into service in the cause of light entertainment.
Sad horrid transplant disease,
Let me explain in altruistic terms,
horrid transplant wound.
unless you know differently. Some people have compared the saintly Esther's acts of sacrifice and wholesome selfless altruism to those of Mother Teresa of Calcutta, but an uncouth, backward element in our society says this is not the case because A. Mother Teresa is not producer, editor, writer and presenter of a primetime light entertainment TV slot. B. Mother Teresa is not on a vast salary. C. Mother Teresa does not intersperse her pioneering work in the alleviation and amelioration of human suffering with jokes about plop plops and piddle. D. Mother Teresa does not consider herself an incarnation of the deity or behave like a revolt who sits between four cats who live in fear of their job, while she forces them to perform humiliating tasks every week, which mostly involve patronizing the working classes, and all that marbled with facile sentimental garbage about idiots who are thick enough to send a cheque for £8 million to a second-hand car salesman, and then wonder why the hell he does a bunk that's me finished in television.
The BBC wishes to disassociate itself from the previous speaker, who appears to be critical of the saintly Miss Esther Rantzen. This man is surely deranged. Yes, how can anyone slag off our Lady Esther, who spread so much joy and happiness throughout the world with BBC money? Esther, you are a queen. You are also extremely powerful and potentially litigious. But why so much venom from this man? Has he some personal grudge? Has he no feeling, no sympathy? Has he no humanity? He is mad. Mad, 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 stark, raving, bloody mad!
Boo-hoo, illness, horror, trans...
Back on the show, we're still in the midst of a tragedy, but on That's Life, we're never more than a minute away from a feeble joke, so how to crank the gears from tragedy to comedy in a seamless join? Perhaps Shakespeare has the answer with his Hamlet.
Boo-hoo, incest...
I am dead, Horatio, wretched queen and Jew. The potent poison quite o'ercrows my spirit. The rest is silence.
Now, Crux and noble heart, good night, sweet prince. He has gone to the worm. And talking of worms, how can you tell one end of a worm from another? Well, you put it in a bowl of flour and wait until it farts.
Everybody sing! Happy feet! It hurts! Happy feet!
On That's Life, Esther will achieve the required change of mood by dragging 20 brittle blame victims out of their beds to tap dance and sing her arrangement of Happy Feet.
Oh dear, they've broken themselves. Oh dear. Yeah. Well, while we're sweeping them away, here's Grant to sing a funny song that's very funny.
This patronising tune is intended for simpletons. It's played so badly that you think I'm wearing mittens. It's so out of tune that they say I've got Van Gogh's ear for music and the last line didn't scan. Take out your teeth, Mrs. Bum.
Thank you, Grant. You're sacked.
And with that, back to a man who drinks as he dresses, shabbily